Hello. I haven't really thought too much about how I'm going to start this. You have to ignore the shitty audio and video quality as well. But I was having some thoughts about this, and it's quite a heavy title, but I'd realised how much TikTok and Instagram and scrolling in general had affected my life. So a couple of hours ago, actually, I deleted both of them. And that kind of led me down the road of what does it do for your life? Does it affect you when you scroll? I mean, obviously it does. So I started watching all these videos about, what happens to your brain when you're scrolling. There's one guy, and I've put him in the description. He said that when you scroll through emotional states. So I don't know. One, you'll be seeing like David Goggins giving you that gym motivation. You want to go to the gym. The next one, you see when your mates, having a heavier PR than you, or anything like that. I mean, it depends on who you are, but it's different emotional states. So when you're going through these emotional states, you're kind of experiencing life in your chair, if you get what I mean. So like in the day you'll have your ups and downs, but you have like 1,000 little ups and downs just in your room. So that leaves you kind of like grey, where you're in this weird state where what you watch on your phone affects how you feel. And that, that takes away joy. So, I have to define what joy is. I'd say that's liken it to how you feel when you're a child before, phones, before all of the crap in the world. Joy is just that like pure happy emotion. You're just happy to be wherever you are, happy to do whatever you're doing. And I think scrolling and overconsumption, so it doesn't have to be just scrolling, but anything like high dopamine, low effort, really takes away from that. So I'd say to increase your joy, you should try and avoid that kind of thing. I know that's easier said than done. I do kind of have a script here, I'm trying to follow it. But you can't really experience joy just through consuming things. You'll get these little blips of, dopamine increases. Like you get a funny reel or something you want to send to your mate. And that's great and all, but you won't get that true satisfaction from anything really. I think that comes from your own achievements and creating things. So I'm sure some psychologists said it, but my mum said it. She said that you're at your happiest when you're not a human being, but you're a human becoming. So what she means by that is when you're in the process of getting somewhere, the process of getting better at something, that's when you're at your happiest. So you'll hear that in different anecdotes, like, the journey is more important than the ending or anything like that. Where if you're on your way to getting better at something, like you aren't quite there yet, but you got that drive and you really want to go and, do it. That's when you're right at your happiest. Scrolling and other things like that will keep you at the beginning because you don't even really want to start. You need to detach so that you can get uncomfortable with these things, start new things, so you can be a human becoming, if that makes sense. I'm talking like I'm on a high horse. I have my own vices as well. But like I said, I deleted TikTok and Instagram, and I think you should as well. So yeah, I felt like adding as well the reason why I wanted to make this video was I realized over time how badly dopamine, like addiction, like I suppose you could call it, it got me. So it started off a few years ago. Like I only freshly got a phone. I think I had a phone when I was about 12. And, I stopped reading books. I used to love reading books. I used to read Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, all that. Didn't do that anymore. Then, slowly, this happened over a long period of time. You wouldn't want to watch so much long form movies anymore. Like, you'd start picking up your phone a couple of times. Like, I can't think of an example. I tried to watch Oppenheimer, for example, like a long, talky movie, and you end up just scrolling through your phone. Then, I play a lot of games. I call myself a gamer. I couldn't even boot up my PlayStation anymore. Like I turn it on. I put in the password or whatever. I boot up like Doom or Fortnite or something like that, and I'd just be on my phone, and the time would just go. And then I realized, gaming was originally the dopamine thing. Like that was the treat as a kid. But I used to, well, now I go on my phone to avoid doing it, which is weird. So I don't know. And then so I've deleted it now. I'm playing games now again. It's fun. But I'd go to school, I'd go to the gym, I'd come back. I just spend like 3 hours on my phone, and then I'm off to bed, and then I'd end up scrolling in bed again. So it just like takes away your time, and you're left in this like grey emotional state. It's not what it's about. Like, so no, don't do it. It's not worth it. One last thing as well, I'd really recommend you watch the videos. I'll put a couple in the description actually, but they're all what convinced me to delete it. So I was originally quite skeptical of it, and people thought it was a bit weird, saying like, "Oh, I'm going to delete Instagram and TikTok," and they're like, "Oh yeah, but you're not going to see our reels anymore." Watch these. Trust me, you'll want to get rid of it. It'll be worth it. So use your newfound time well, I suppose. Thank you for listening to this ramble.